What's up, mechanics? Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to another episode of Tool Tuesday here at the Vim Tools headquarters. This is episode 100, so we figured we'd get out from the table that we've been sitting at and show you around the office.
We'll do an actual office tour so you can see everything. Now, this is after hours. It's actually currently 5:50, and Javier here is helping us record this after hours because, it's the end of the month, which is normally the busiest time of the month for us. Obviously, we're trying to make sales goals. We're trying to make shipping goals. So everyone's a little bit more high stressed at the end of the month, and it's a Monday, so double whammy. And we had that storm come in with that hurricane, which I hope anybody who's watching, if you were affected, I do hope that you get the help you need. It was crazy. We got lucky here.
There's a lot of devastation. Everyone here is okay. We're all good. The office is good. There wasn't even that many down trees around here. So
the only thing that happened was our gate here swung open with the wind, which the type of gate it is, I don't understand how that happened, but that is the only damage that we saw here at the office, which was a blessing.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people were not that lucky.
But without further ado, this is Vim headquarters. It was built in 2020. It was finished.
Yes.
So we finished in 2020, like peak COVID, and we were actually working at a warehouse down the street.
Actually, if you point right here, follow me this way into the street. Come here, Javi. Come here and point that way. So there's a Bluebell Creamery, and to the left of that tan building behind those trees, that is our old building. That is where we worked out of for, 2 years?
2 years, yeah.
And it was crammed. You're talking about 1,200 square feet, 12 people. No, 8 people.
So we moved there, and then when this was done, we moved down the street.
Exactly. Now,
and, a lot's been done here. So this is a brand new building. We have a few amenities. This over here is our barbecue pit. We've actually showed this on a video before.
I think for New
But
Year's.
it's a little gazebo. We have a putt course. This is all turf.
Little putting green to entertain guests, whether they're clients or family members, when we have a personal party here or when we have, guests here for a presentation. We feed them lunch. This is an area that you could seat 30 people. You can even grill out here. We have our office parties out here. It's a multi-function area.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool.
Some loudspeakers, so we party, we get down.
We have fun here at Vim. Remember, it is a family-owned and operated business, so we do tend to use this stuff for more than just business purposes.
Yeah.
But this is the outside of Vim Tools.
We kind of skipped over it, but over there is our receiving dock, so that's where all the trucks come in and shipments come in, and we receive things and things go out.
We actually have 2 doors on that side, and then we have that's dock level, and then you have a ground level door right here for some of our personal stuff, and obviously some of the smaller stuff you have to wheel in. And that trailer over there, we'll talk about it in a little bit, because that is one of the popular finds that we kind of got hooked up on. So we'll talk about it.
Why don't we just go over there right now?
Because we're going to talk about it once we get in the warehouse.
Oh yeah, we're going to open the door.
These are the puppies that you guys have come to love.
There's some puppies in here.
This is our lobby. As you can see, we are decorated here for fall already. My mom's big into decorating for the office, keep the spirits light.
Yeah. So this is where the customer service girls sit. There's 3 desks in there. So
we'll go around, we'll see it.
Marty, Shannon, Sonia, they sit in there. If you call in to our office, likely they'll be one of them to answer your phone calls.
You'll most likely speak to Shannon or Marisol, and sometimes Sonia or my wife, Alexa, who also helps answer the phone sometimes, depending on how busy we are for that day.
Now, look, there's always stuff going on here, so if anything is a mess, just know that there's actively 30 people working in here.
Oh, we did
every
not
day.
Prepare for this at all.
We didn't clean.
Nobody knew about it. It was high. I didn't want to tell anybody because I didn't want to stress nobody out. We need to get stuff out today, so we just said, "Hey, Javi, we need your help filming something," and that's it. Yeah. Nobody knew this is after hours. So
Javi didn't know until 20 minutes ago.
So if there's any mess, just know this is people who are actively working. We're always doing stuff. It's not like we have time to just sit and tidy every day, but
yeah,
we are clean people. So this here is actually my wife's room. As you can see, my wife's office is all pink. She's a girly girl. Everything's pink. And this is one of our customer service reps who handles some of our accounts. And that is what my wife does here.
Mm-hmm.
That's Alexa. Pink everything.
I work hard.
She's going to freak out when she sees this. She's going to be like, "You showed everyone my stuff." This is also where we have some customer service representatives there we go. They keep the lights off because it gives them headaches. All right. So we have Marisol, who has actually been with us the longest. Marisol has been with my father working for, I want to say 24 to 26 years. Since I was born, really, right after I was born. So before my dad had Vim, before anything, when he was just doing the private label, she was his first employee. So she has been helping out for a very long time. She knows our family very well. Like I said, we're family operated and owned, and we like to keep everyone close. So we work with people close to us.
It's weird to like see it all calm in here.
It is strange.
There's usually a lot of things going on.
This is where Miss Shannon sits. Shannon has been with us for like 5 years, I think now. Shannon actually originally signed on to work in the warehouse, and she just started picking up the part numbers. She was very personable. So I said, Shannon, why don't you help us with customer service a little bit? And she actually ended up being very, very good at this. So Shannon,
she does a great
and
job.
any customers of ours that know her will tell you, Shannon is amazing. Sonia here is our newest employee when it comes to customer service, and Sonia handles everything that has to do with our website and customer service on that end. And she also helps with some of the overflow accounts.
We could do a whole video on her Jeeps.
Oh yeah, she's
got some
big
really
Jeep
sick
crawler.
Jeeps.
She's got some nice Jeeps. Her husband is actually a mechanic, and when he found out she was working here, he was all hyped. And they are big Snap-on people, so they always have the coolest Snap-on gear on.
Yeah.
In here is where our warehouse foreman sits, as well as our IT person. So you can see there's a lot of stuff coming in and out. We're constantly upgrading and changing
Well, I think
things.
he's in the middle of building a computer, so
He is, yeah.
that's why you got computer parts on the floor and stuff.
Exactly. He's building a computer for my father.
Actually, a lot of the PCs that are at a lot of these desks are custom built.
They are.
So Alex is very into
He's
computers.
very
and he
good
builds
with hardware.
everything.
He's a big hardware guy. Our IT person is a whiz with the computer hardware.
All right, now, oh God, this is a gym that isn't used.
This is kind of where all of our collective...
Oh, wait a second. Actually, these are chairs for, Javi, get better at the camera work, man. These are chairs for the Rent Wreckers podcast.
Yes, they are.
So we actually have to bring these over to the other office and put them together. And this is a TV.
These TVs were outside. We're on top of the packing stations, but the girls who were packing felt that they were looking up and their necks all started hurting simultaneously because they were looking up so much from how many orders they were packing. So we got them smaller screens that were more eye level.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So usually these boxes aren't in here and the gym is clear, but no one uses it.
I've used it thrice. Come on over this side of the hallway. In here actually sits my aunt and godmother, who handles all of our accounts receivable and accounts payable, and my mother, who also helps with all of our accounts receivable and payable. Now, my mother also uses this desk for all of our personal stuff because she obviously has a family to take care of, and that's where she calls headquarters. So let's go into the break room.
Here we have 2 bathrooms. So there's bathrooms downstairs.
I mean, as weird as this is, given that we're family owned and operated, we use these 2 bathrooms for the ladies here in the office because, as you all know, when truck drivers come into warehouses, yes, they are fingerprint activated. But when we have truck drivers come into the warehouse, they ask you to use the restroom, you got to let them go somewhere. But this area, truck drivers aren't always the cleanest when it comes to using restrooms, and we have a decent amount of women in here who all have to sit down and go to the bathroom.
So these are reserved for the women.
And I'll give them this, it's always clean. So
wait a second, it's all girls down here.
Yeah, and it's always clean. Yeah, but when people used to come inside.
It's all, well, I'm saying, so when you say reserved for the women, it's for everybody downstairs.
Pretty much.
Except for like the warehouse because they have their own bathroom that we'll get to.
This right here is our break room. So this is where all the employees have their lunch, whether they want to take it inside or outside, that's up to them. But all of them keep their stuff here. Obviously, it's pretty self-explanatory. We've got the coffee machines.
This is where Javi cooks up the mean espresso.
We got some crazy coffee machines.
She taught me how to use this thing recently.
We're double coffeeed up.
This thing is complicated.
It is. It's super complicated. It's annoying.
Yep.
So coffee machines, coffee bar,
Ice
2 microwaves.
And so yeah, kitchen.
But it's fully stocked. We got Vim Tools, obviously. We like to keep snacked up. So we always have snacks, and it's actually kind of like this.
Especially the lollipops. We're never out of lollipops.
But we always keep snacks in here for all of our employees to enjoy, because again, everyone's like family here, so we want to make sure everyone's happy when they're here. All the snackies.
They're like MTV Cribs, they always show the fridge.
The fridge. This right here, this is
authorized personnel only.
This is where the Vim Tools their heart is. This is our IT server room. So ooh, it's different than last time we've been in here.
Ooh, Alex has been working.
This is the brains to everything that we do here. This is where we keep all of our data, all of our servers. This is how we all sign in remote to be able to work from home if we need to.
It's like a much cooler temperature in here.
It has its own AC unit. It has to stay cool.
All of this has to stay cool, so it's a cooler temperature in here. This is like a chill room.
To be honest, this is probably the 3rd time I've ever been in here because I have no business being in here.
There's Gatorade down here, which I just learned, and that's dangerous.
Cold Gatorade.
That is a cold Gatorade.
It's like a wine cellar.
I don't know if you wanted me to see that.
Alrighty.
All right, so now we're going to make our way to the warehouse.
So,
All right, it is after hours, so it is dark out here.
But see, the TVs you saw in that gym were on the wall here previously, where the girls would be working here, and they're shorter ladies, so, you know, they were looking up, and it got to them. So we switched out for these more eye-level monitors to make it easier on them.
Yep.
These guys right here are actually, both sides, they're camera mounts so that we can tell when something's been packed and shipped. If there's a discrepancy in shipping from our customers, we can say, hey,
audit it.
because we stamp every order that goes out with a date, so we know what time that order got stamped at this desk and what time it was packed, so we can go back in the cameras and check to see exactly what went in what box. So this is our, like a backup for, I don't even know what to call it, like a...
Well, a lot of times there are times where things get taken out in shipping, or it'll fall out of the box somehow, or for whatever reason it shows up missing.
Exactly.
And we want to be sure that it wasn't due to some outside force.
Because if it's us, it'll show in this, because this is sealed with, where is it? Our boxes get sealed with a very specific Vim Tools tape, so that we know if we packaged it and this got sealed on it on camera, if this is intact, we didn't touch nothing. So we know it wasn't us. If it comes open, then something happened along the way. But there are times where we have something that, say there's a case quantity of 12 pieces, and that's one case, and someone ordered 24, we sent 2 cases. You see them here, 2 cases shipped, and they're like, oh, we got 20. That's not possible because each one has 12 in it. That's 24 pieces, so it doesn't make any sense.
So we just want to be sure that we shipped what we said we shipped.
It's like an asset retention system. So you're able to say, hey, this was on us or this wasn't on us.
But the pickers will pick orders. They line up out here, and then the girls pack them, and they make their way onto this cart. And then at the end of the day, they make their way to the door when UPS comes and picks everything up.
We ship like 170 UPS packages a day, along with anywhere between 3 and 10 pallets a day.
Yeah, it's a lot in it.
It's a lot.
A lot
and these little guys, because it gets hot as crap in Florida, especially in this warehouse, these are mini, it's not plugged in. These are mini AC units. So they got cool air thrown on them all day so that they're not getting overheated in here. We try to take care of our people as much as possible. Obviously, this is a small thing to do, but everything counts.
Come over here. Because, I don't know, has this ever been used?
Yeah, my mom and Alexa use it.
Oh. This is a dog washing station.
We're big dog people
he
here
says
at Vim
was
Tools.
used. I've never seen it used.
We're big dog people here at Vim Tools.
And that's the elevator.
Legally you have to have that.
Yes. Are you sure? There's a lot of, new builds, I guess.
It's a new build. You have to have it.
And this is the downstairs bathroom. It's a really, really big bathroom.
Yeah, well, there's also a shower in there. That's why I wanted to mention the whole thing where we keep the inside because the truck drivers, yada, yada. We don't treat truck drivers bad. We have a nice bathroom for them, too. It's just we keep them separate. You showed the conveyor belt already, right?
Yeah, well, okay, so I talked about when the pickers pick orders, they usually make their way onto this conveyor belt, the boxes. If they're larger, they stay on a cart out here to be packed on a pallet later, but if it's a smaller package, they get on the conveyor belt, and the packers will pull from the end, and they kind of just move down, make their way throughout the day. But it's kind of dark. We can't really go back into the warehouse.
I'll open it up. We can open it up.
Okay. All right, we're doing it. Just so you guys know, all this stuff up front is things that you guys order the most. We keep that stuff closest to the packing station, so it takes less time for them to pull it and pack it. So it kind of goes back that way. All the Vim stuff up here.
Not even. This is just all the open stock, all the parts.
Well, over here is all mag rails. That entire section is mag rails.
So pliers, individual picks, things that don't take up a lot of space, or open stock items like sockets, bits, drivers. That is all these small shelves you see. The first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows.
The HBR 810, a 10-inch long 3/8 square drive by 1/4 inch square drive with removable inserts. This is a 10mm ratcheting wrench when you take the 3/8 square drive out. That's brand new. So, and it's in stock.
But like I said, all this is the open stock for both the Vim brand and the multiple brands that we make things for. But we're not going to talk about who and what. Now you make your way to the big shelves, and this is where we keep all the master sets, the larger things in cases that take up a lot of space, and we go all the way up. So, like I've said multiple times, we got plenty of inventory, guys. It's very difficult to keep up with demand.
Can you see the ceiling? We posted an Instagram video once, and somebody commented thought it was a green screen because there was no ceiling.
Yeah, we have.
I'm like, no, it's just very tall.
We have 40-foot ceilings here. 40 foot.
Yep.
So we have room to go up if needed.
Yep. Yep.
The back row and the sides are more where we keep a lot of the private label stuff. So it's there, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lot of inventory, a lot of stuff. So we have stock, ladies and gentlemen. We have stock. And before anyone, because this seems a little outdated, the system, but we are fully transitioned to scanners. That's why you see these codes. So the customer service reps send orders to scanners. Scanners are how everything's pulled, so it's accurate. So you kind of eliminate the human error out of it.
Guys,
scan a barcode in order to pull that
every
item.
single piece that we carry, we have the individuals of. That's a lot. When you think about like a 77-piece Torx Master set,
talking about roughly
there's 77 different pieces that you have to keep inventory on.
It's about 8,000 SKUs just for Vim.
Yeah.
So it's a lot.
So that's what like this row
And
and,
the
this
person
row over
holding
here.
the camera has to be in charge of all of it.
So all of those boxes down there, all of those are individual bits and pieces from sets that if you ever need to warranty a piece, we have it to provide.
Now, I have discussed multiple times that our warranty rate, our defective rate, is less than 2%. It's actually roughly 1.4. And I've talked about having one person in one office that handles all of it. This is that office. This office is the office that handles all of our warranties here at Vim. As you can see, we have plenty of stuff, service kits and replacement parts, things of that sort. This is where Mr. James does all his work, and he has quite the system.
Yeah.
You have to zoom in on all this stuff. Jeez, put them on blast. So over here, again, those were 2 packing stations. This is another packing station. So we have 3 people full-time packing. We have 4 people full-time picking. So we have a lot of people constantly pulling and packing orders on a regular basis, as well as obviously the 4 customer service reps. So it's a lot, even though there's not that many of us. This board right here and this station right here is actually where both my great aunt and my grandmother sit. Yes, you heard that correctly. Great aunt and my grandmother. They both work here. What they do is package. So when we have a set that we need to break down into individuals, or if we need to transfer this part to make this promo, whatever it is that needs to be done in-house in terms of packaging, that is done by these 2 ladies on a schedule.
Yep. And if there's ever like a closeout or something, we're going to build a set to blow it out on the website, this is where it's made.
That is where Teresa and Mima work their butts off. Mm-hmm. There's no age here, no ageism.
The dogs are running around.
The dogs are running. They know their way around the warehouse. Nobody grew up in the warehouse. Look at this. Multiple times I've tested their nose out by giving them one of my shirts, turning lights off, and hiding somewhere here. And he's
I remember.
That was before we had a lot of employees, so it wasn't weird. All right. It wasn't weird. It was just me. All right. So you've seen all of our open stock, all of our parts, all of our master sets, our packing stations. You've seen how things operate in terms of carts versus conveyor belt. This right here is restocked on a monthly basis. This is our box inventory, because as you can imagine, with that many orders, there's a lot of boxes. So every month, this gets restocked, and our order changes depending on what's selling hot at the moment.
Boxes, tape, supplies for packing.
That's a big-ass press. That is a 75-ton press that we actually brought in from California when we bought the business and moved it over.
And its purpose is a lot more simple than you'd think.
It is to take these spools right here and to run them through it to make rails.
Metal rails, socket rails.
Metal rails, then you can make metal clips, and that is one of our American-made items. But this thing is huge and a pain and runs very limited.
Yep. We've done a few videos over here, so if you follow us on Instagram and whatnot, that's kind of like where the Instagram videos are made at the toolbox that's right over here. We also pulled my truck right through here on a mag rail.
And this area in general is more of a personal storage area for our toys and heavy, bulky stuff, fun stuff, if you will. For instance, we have a 19, I think it's a 67 convertible red Bug here that actually my grandfather was redoing before he passed away, but that was like back in 2010. And this is still not done, but it's come a long way.
Yep.
I can't wait for that to be done. Because we have 2 functioning motors. We just need to get one in there working.
And the Vim golf cart.
Seats, the Vim golf cart.
Usually the Razor and like the 4-wheelers are over here, but they're not here at the moment.
Roll stamping machine. Okay, let's make our way upstairs. Anyways, that semi-trailer, along with all the racks in this warehouse, we actually got on a bargain, because if anyone's ever set up a warehouse, they know how much these racks freaking cost. Way more than you would think. So one day, I got a call from my father. He said, meet me at Brandon Mall at the Sears that went out of business. I said, okay. I showed up with Michael. He said, take all these down. We bought them for a bargain. I said, oh my God. So I brought some friends along, paid them a little bit, and we broke down all of the racking and brought it over. All right, we're gonna go upstairs so you guys can see what we got going up there.
Whew. Okay, so now we're upstairs. We got a bathroom. We got a little kitchenette. This is where you heat up your food. We got more snacks. All these lights are motion activated. Let me show you what I got going on here. So I get here in the morning. First thing I do, cheese Ritz. Slept on. I was eating the peanut butters for a while. We ended up getting the cheese. The cheese are really good.
Cheese are great.
Cheese are great. That just paired with a little bit of water.
See, what's even better?
Right after coffee.
Are the minis. The minis are where it's at.
Yeah. Make sure you get your water in, especially if you're drinking coffee. You want to drink that water right after, or else you're going to feel like shit.
So we have a storage closet here that's just, we keep stickers and yada yada. This is the, and we did not organize this any more than it normally is.
Well, you got to understand, whenever we have samples or stuff to talk about, it kind of makes its way onto this table, and it doesn't necessarily get cleaned up immediately after. So
as you can see, this is all of our main sets that we use that we have in our line. We don't keep a lot of little stuff. Some of the PB stuff is in that area. Mag rails over there. But for the most part, this is everything we have in our line, including all of the hats we have available, all of the shirts we have available.
Yep.
Some other fun stuff.
In stock, in stock, in stock, in stock.
And this actually up here, how can you see it? This is, I don't know how many inches, a projector that we use for all of our presentations here. Because you can sit 30 people in this room. Me and Michael can give presentations. Has a full surround sound system, so we can show video, do whatever we need to in order to, present correctly to our customers before we go have lunch out in the outdoor gazebo.
Yeah.
This is the Hawk's Nest. This is the bird's eye view of our facility here. So as we said before, it is a lot of inventory. So trust me guys, we have stock.
So whenever you get too stressed out, I come out here sometimes and
Michael.
Just kidding.
Freaking guy.
So yeah, this is product development and procurement.
So the thing is
supply chain.
Javier, the person behind the camera, is in charge of all the new product development, and he's a product manager essentially, as well as our engineer. And he is, believe it or not, the most organized person I've ever met. It's crazy how anal he is. He's laughing behind the camera. But this is just his area. All of this is what my dad does by sitting in that chair for 10 minutes a day. That is how this man's brain works. There's just stuff everywhere, and our job is to solely just organize it.
Yeah, if you guys want to help us out with something, tell us, what would you use this for? It's a kind of an odd-shaped mag rail. You can ignore that peg. But, it's got 2 slots. It's a little bit thicker. What would you use it for? Because we have some here, and we're trying to figure out what to do with them.
And what this is back here, and you don't have to zoom in on anything, but all this stuff is ongoing projects. New items, concepts, ideas. This is all new stuff. All this is samples. That's where Javier sits. That's where my sister sits. This is where supply chain manager sits.
Mm-hmm.
Now this right here, this is the most sacred, coveted part of this entire office. It's where me and Michael sit. This is my office. This is where Michael sits. This is where I sit. And then this is where you've seen him before, Christian. This is where Christian sits.
Yep.
And another pile of my dad's stuff is right there. So every room gets touched.
Yep, typically he'll come in here, he'll sit down and say, what do we got? And then he starts throwing stuff at me, and then throws stuff at Louis, and then it makes its way here.
And then he says, what do you got? Nothing? Okay, I'm leaving. And he walks out.
And then he goes to Javier.
And this right here is the head honcho's room. The man himself. Believe it or not, he spends less time in here than anywhere else in this office. He does not sit in here. He has his office so that when he has clients, when he has to talk to people about certain things, but he has a chair in my office, in Mike's office, and in Javi's office.
You may be wondering where we shoot Tool Tuesday.
This little corner of the room. It's honestly the reason we chose this room. It had the backdrop, and it's the quietest room in the place. Nobody's ever in here. My dad does not come in here.
Pretty much.
But
it's a lot smaller of a space than people think, and this table is a lot smaller than people think.
And this bad boy right here, this is the pride and joy of the office. Miss you, buddy. Actually, Baker's doing pretty good. Thought I'd miss it more.
Yeah, last week.
Thought I'd be missing it more. We're big Bucks fans here. It is nice to have a shower at an office, even if you don't use it that much. We have showers here because it's gross outside.
I've never used it.
I've used it like 5 times. It's amazing. When it's nasty and you're sweating, it is amazing. Just keep a pair close here. Keep one pair close here, you can change it.
Haven't used it. Here's the side exit.
If anyone is thinking about doing some type of building, if you're planning on doing an aluminum staircase, the thing is make sure it's shaded, because when the sun's out, you're gonna fall. You're gonna fall down the stairs. It's crazy bright. Is that everything? Did we get through everything already?
I think we just did everything.
I think we got through everything. We kind of went into more detail than I thought we were gonna do, so this was maybe a little dragged out, but hopefully Clay has forwarded this video and made it a little, chopped it up, so it's not so boring. But that is us. That has been Tools. You just got a very personal look into our daily life.
A no filter look, because we didn't prepare for this. It was just kind of like at the end of the day we decided to record and do this walkthrough for episode 100.
So you're welcome.
Obviously, no Q&A today. It's like 6 o'clock. Javier's waiting to go home, and so yeah.
4 days, we are going overseas to Taiwan. Michael's first time overseas. Actually, first time out of the country other than once, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna take Mikey abroad. We'll do a Tool Tuesday over there, like we said, Taiwan Tuesday.
We're gonna do a Taiwan Tuesday. We're gonna be breaking some products, hopefully.
Yes, we gotta talk about that actually. We gotta talk about what we're breaking. But you'll see some content from over there, and it might be a little spotty for the next few weeks, but we'll get rocking and rolling as soon as we get back. And then it's SEMA, so we really don't have time to take a break. We'll see y'all next time.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
Peace.